Yo, 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 yo. Y'all are chilling to a track that found itself to the front because it was titled Snow Day. And I knew it was going to snow today because the weatherman was right. And that's the only reason we watch the news, right? That's the only reason we watch the news is for the weather, because that's the thing that's supposed to be right. Mindfuck of 2024. Usually the weatherman is wrong, but that motherfucker was right yesterday. Boy, did it snow. What's up, y'all? This your boy, Crypto Bruh. Make sure you don't take any advice from this video. It's not here to give you advice or make you feel like you need to do something. But if you get inspired, you know what I'm saying? If you get ignited with inspiration from ears to your toes and you want to go out and do something, hey, I encourage that shit though, man. Like I said, yeah, be intrigued by me, be inspired, but do not take this as investment advice, because that is not what this shit is. What up, y'all? What up, world? What up, YouTube? How is it going, cyberspace? This is your boy, your guy, Crypto Bruh, aka More World Peace to DJ / producer. We here today. It's a little late. Actually, I woke up kind of late. This like cold weather and warmth in the bed makes mad sense. This is actually the second most snowy day in New York City since 2017. Oh, my bad, 2019. Or damn, they said 2 years, so I guess that's 2022. Man, I don't remember when it snowed in 22. Actually, that'd be 21, because we're not fully through 2024. So 21. I don't remember when it snowed in 21. Fuck, man. World is moving quick. That's something that's for sure. Today is January 16th, 2024, man. This shit keeps going. It just doesn't stop. I don't know what it is, right? It's just the Matrix. It spins, right? They say the earth, it spins. That's what happens. You go to sleep, you wake up, shit keeps spinning, and you get educated through the day on what is going on. That's kind of like my perception of everything right now. And yeah, that's why today's title is kind of bland, because it's snowing and I was snugged up and I didn't want to get up. But you know what? I fucking love this shit. So I'm like, yo, let's go stream a little bit, because I got some shit to say. This is my one platform to get it off my chest. So yeah, I hate making titles about Zen videos, because what the fuck? It's the best. Let's go. What up, y'all? What up, Zen enthusiasts? What up, Tree City West? Rolando, Mind Body Crypto, Clodo. X1 not live yet. Get your head in the Telegram. Mind Body and Crypto says, good morning, fam. Listening to the chats and X is giving me morning laughs. Zen is the shiny horse on the hill. Never forget that. VCs are about to rug so many places, but not in Zen. Exactly. We're actually we're not VC funded, and we have a spin on the way that the token has come into existence, right? Everybody on the planet Earth owns Zen. No one entity can say they own it, right? We all own it. Even if you don't own it, you still kind of own it. And with that notion that this is ownership, right? Like, for instance, Bitcoin. Here, I love relating it to Bitcoin. And again, this is my platform to talk my shit. So Bitcoin, no one needs to know about Bitcoin, because everybody knows about it. They might not know that the Bitcoin is like producing blocks, every 10 minutes, right? They might not know that. They might not know that there's mining operations that cost $2 million a year to keep up, above water. You know what I'm saying? They don't know that. They just know that Bitcoin is internet money, right? And that's what I mean by you own it even though you don't own it, because you know about it. And that know about is so strong that it owns everything before. Like, it's not like you're going to go and say cryptos are Ethereum, right? That's why, again, we root for Bitcoin hard, because everybody on the planet Earth needs to know they own something in the digital space that's up for grabs right now. That's why it still amazes me. It's like, damn, people really aren't going hard for Bitcoin in 2024. Like, yeah, I know the shit coins are cool. Like, they're really nice. But the Bitcoin is too easy of a play. And if you learned what, I mean, I don't know. I've been on this ride, right, since 2016, 2017. So we've been here. And if you don't know how to apply that knowledge to BRC20s, I just feel like you're capping yourself out, man. Don't do that. You know, keep advancing and growing and changing your future of what crypto can bring to you. Because I don't know. That's why I'm like, it's hard for me to still be around a crowd of people who are like, yo, we're not rooting for Bitcoin to surpass 100K. You know, it's going to pull back. Right. And that's what's very funny about this moment. I was very much like those types of people back here. And if you were watching the stream last year, you're part of the growth. So shout outs to you. And if you're here right now, make sure you hit the like button and vibe out with the thumbs up. But yeah, so back here, I was giving like Tree City West like a hard time and shit. I was like, bro, this is not going up. I'm like, where's the liquidity going to come from? When we broke past this 200 here in August, this was when I was going hard on the concept in Bitcoin. Where is the liquidity going to come from? Right. And now it's dope because I actually have a relationship that I can always show now. Right. And that's what we've been talking about lately, which is the Bitcoin fees. So this is Glass Studio. Here, we're just going to go to Bitcoin real quick. And we're going to look at the fees. Yeah. Why is this always saying this now? Have they flipped the switch? Here, let's see. Maybe I gotta do something. What's going on? What's going on? Maybe I gotta log in. But yeah, so I had this up like a week ago. Maybe, and I feel like these websites, they count how many times you go to them. Probably that's probably what they have going on or something. I don't know. If you're out there and you do UX, UI, and you know about this, please educate us. But yeah, I think Glassnode knows how many times I pull up. So it's like, oh, okay, you've pulled up a lot for free. So now you gotta at least give us your email. And that's great marketing. You know, I can't hate on them because they got great shit going on. But let me go ahead and just, it looks like I actually don't have anything set up, but I do really like this thing. So I'm just going to set some shit up real fast. I don't know, man. I'm guessing. You're never going to know who I am. It's funny too. Like, we're in the moment in the internet where we're flipping this idea of like being hidden behind a wall, being behind a ski mask. Like, look at me. Is this it? Making my way. Is this the fees? Transaction fees and BTC. Yeah. This is it. Whoa. The site is not working for me. All right. So yeah, I've been using this this reference now. We'll keep 17 in there. It's going to give us 24. Yeah, it looks kind of extended when you pull it out like this to 17, which makes it even more bullish in my opinion. All right, so yeah. So back here in August, right? August 17th, 14th, if you were watching the channel, my main FUD for the Bitcoin was that it does or didn't have any popular interest outside of the ETF. So this is before I was really turned on by ordinals. I was just dibble dabbling and I wasn't really paying attention. Then Bitmaps rocket with Bitcoin here in October, November, of last year. And that's kind of why, again, I'm giving the ownership of this pump to the ideology of people want to do DeFi on Bitcoin. Yeah, I could give the ideology to the ETFs. Like everybody else in fucking crypto right now. Oh, it's going up because the ETF. Yes, it is. We know that. But also, when it was back here, there was a bunch of people in crypto that didn't care about Bitcoin anymore. And those people, that economy, value, people want to use the coin, people want to use the network, people want to be here, you know. That economy value was actually getting ready to get spread out amongst all coins in the, you know, in the world of crypto. So ordinals and Taproot wizard guys and all of them over there, so even VMPX. I mean, I don't think VMPX has done more than push the transactions nuts. Like as a community on Bitcoin, I think VMPX can be stronger. I think Zen can be stronger. It's almost like, damn, do I have to take the torch so we can get this shit going? Like, what the fuck, guys? But yeah, I think there's brands there that are ready to be strong. They just don't have any leaders because they're just public property in a sense, right? Like that's what I keep trying to give the reference that cryptos are ownership. You own that shit. It is real estate. It is land. It is block space. So you want to have the best block space in your wallet. You don't want to just have a ton of shitty space unless you're down to manage that. Personally, I think we're very early, and I think you still have that opportunity of just getting a few and you'll come out ahead more than you ever thought before. And maybe we've been blessed, right, with the Zen coin, because you would say then like, yo, bruh, like what does come after Ethereum and Bitcoin if that's all that's there, right? And that's why I look at every single coin and I think of them as like their narrative and their history and their culture, you know, because it's one thing to have history in the crypto space, but it's another thing to have culture, bro. Like Litecoin culture, it is really connected to Bitcoin. So Inscription's going hard, and the concept of the narrative of ownership, right? That's like why I've even kicked back on NFTs on ETH, because I keep my mind open and I progress with the times. And what the times are telling me is that people are gonna they're gonna want fast NFTs, Solana, AVAX, you know, anything but Ethereum shit. 2, they're gonna want their NFT on chain, so Inscription. So that's going back to like Avalanche, because Avalanche has a great EVM for inscriptions to put your photos on chain or to put your media on chain so that it lives in the blockchain and it can't be taken down, you know, because it's in the chain. You know, I mean, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, there's doomsday world ideas, right, that can just instantly pop in your head. Why would we want things on chain all the time? But at the same time, the representation of ownership means like I need to put my hand in the sand. You feel me? So having a Bitcoin inscription means your hand is literally in the sand. Your file, the media and content you see in front of your face is in the chain. So it doesn't make really any sense to compete with that superior philosophy, bro. I think that's going to be the end game for NFTs. I think they're going to shuffle themselves back to Bitcoin. And then on top of that, there will be people doing things like on Ethereum, you know. But I'm just thinking like ETH is it's just broadband connection. Like everybody's over here, you know. So it's never gonna fall off. And again, it's a good thing to have in your portfolio so that you can grow with the crypto markets as it inflates with popularity and new users. And to be critical to these other projects, they're cool, but like they're never gonna be able to do what Bitcoin and ETH did. That's done. That's for sure done. Like the idea of like this is quiet, no one knows about this is early, that shit is done over here. This is a pure strategy now. And the strategy here, it sounds more superior than everything else. On chain crypto, everything else left on chain, right? And there's even BRC20s now that you have to be 50-50 on, because there are some that are meta protocols that call or like relay chains, I guess you can say, where they're going to use Bitcoin to store the data, but when it shows up, only a UX, like their website, their protocol can see the file, right? So there's a dispute in Bitcoin, and I am pro on-chain one operational standard. Like no need to like, I mean, you can get sick with it and like branch away, but I think keeping it horizontal with a philosophy from a BRC20 to whatever's next is going to be very critical. So I'm following all of the like little BRC coins and hearing the discussions. And that's why I do think, again, like Bitcoin is building a really good foundation of technical users that will be able to harvest new users and new like capital, in a sense. This capital has never been here before, and that's why I was waiting for it, because yeah, again, August 2024, right? Bitcoin had the spike in ordinals, right? And this is why I was saying we don't really see this anymore. And back in the 22s to 23, you could essentially say Bitcoin was dying. Like, no one was using the chain. No one knew what to do. No one was even trading on Bitcoin anymore. Like, trading their bits back and forth. Like, looking for online, on-chain custodials and shit like that. Some stupid shit. Because now it's like, that was the only narrative. Trading, right? So, when traders show up, we do know the fees spike in Bitcoin because there's a lot of exchange activities, because there's more players that hold a lot of liquidity in the game, so they're moving a lot of bits at one time, and that's going to push the fees up a little bit. So with this new future, you know, where we've now seen this happen, right? This is the first time that Bitcoin miners actually made money from just fees in a long time. Like that doesn't happen, right? So 2015, it's 2018, 17. So really, this right here, this is the dump of Bitcoin, and that's why they saw an amazing amount of fees while Bitcoin was going up, because people were dumping it hard on chain while it was going up, and then of course it tipped off because they can only dump for so long before they got a rug pull, and then they got a rug pull. But yeah, so looking at this new future that we're in, looking at the fees, looking how everything is kind of coming to life, it's like, yeah, people really are enjoying the ordinals and all that jazz. So I'm gonna put my head in that camp. I mean, it's already over there, but I do see there's a lot of different Zenians floating around over there, like buying things. I think I'm gonna just drop an ordinal. I do have my own token. Let's look at my token. What up, ADZ? Now is your chance to front run the VCs in Zen. They're coming. What up, BlackRock? He said Diamond Hand Zens. Hell yeah. Yeah, but now is your chance to get in before the VCs. We'll look at my quote in a second. But yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get at. My segue of like, well, what do you do, bruh? Where do you go next? Why would you like if you know these are the two and everything else is noise. The sound part is the blockchain. Everything else is noise. Everything else is trying to become sound with the chain. Right? It's like it pops off, or it's really like, yeah, it's really some science shit. Like it's like an atom that's just exploding, right? Everybody has ideas. They're all over the place. All these prices are all over the place. But all the ideas are trying to become sound. They're trying to become aligned, right? I think that's where the quote comes from, where people used to say like, oh, you just do that to get more Bitcoin. Like that's why I love my time in this space, because I remember the simple ways people used to say, like the simple meta. The simple meta was like, hold Bitcoin for 10 years in 2013. And now if you held it for 10 years, you're up. Another simple meta from the past was trade that shitcoin for more Bitcoins. I love that meta, because that's lasted for sure. If you trade it, if you degen and buy shitcoins, and then when they top off, you dump that back into Bitcoin, you've always been front running everything. I mean, that's the game. That's a degen game. It's just gotten a lot more complex now, because the pool, in my opinion, the pool is smaller than it used to be. Everybody sucked liquidity from each other, right? I mean, look at what PulseChain did. PulseChain literally sucked $1 billion out of the free market. And we all just act like that shit's okay. And we're just like, oh, yeah. It's just $1 billion. This is gone, you know. Fuck. You know, but that could be literally assets that enhanced other people's moves. Like, people could have become more sound with their direction, but instead there's always now this like idea that like we didn't lose liquidity, but we lost that shit. And that's kind of why, again, I go back to this theory that I think we're back in that state where I used to hear people say, hold Bitcoin. We're back in the simple meta. Just hold Bitcoin for 10 years. Just use that coin to get more Bitcoins, and then insert your favorite token into where the Bitcoins is, and then do your research from there. That's why ETH makes sense. It's like, oh yeah, sell that shit coin to get more ETH. Where else does that make sense? Solana. Oh yeah, sell that shit coin to make more Solana. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I love Zen, because we don't actually have that side of things. We will, but we have that simple meta. Just hold this for 10 years and don't worry about it. And it's built in. So no one can rug pull that theory that you can't hold it for 10 years. So simple meta, again, I think is all you really need for anything in crypto to be successful. Because the more complex your meta is going to be for people to bring into, you know, how they feel about it, that complexity, you're going to need a team or a community that can comprehend it. Because if not, you're going to fizzle out. And that's again why I'm so just down with Zen. It has that original Bitcoin feeling. Very original feeling. Very simple meta. Just hold it for 10 years. We're developing. You know? Oh, don't worry about it. Just don't worry about the price. Don't worry about what people are saying. Like, that's what I was hearing literally 2013 when my friend told me about Bitcoin. He literally told me to buy some and just forget about it. But then I learned about it, got really intrigued. One of the most intriguing things that I love about Bitcoin that answers the question that we all have, which is like the credit system in America. Bitcoin kind of does give a lot of people a fresh start, you know, if they've shitted on their credit or, you know, credit, or if, I mean, there's some people that are bad with their credit, but then there are some people who get fished into bad credit schemes that they've never, you know, they just were trying to be a good person and now they're fished into this horrible world of credit, you know? So I'm pretty sure they'll do the same thing in Bitcoin, but I see it as an opportunity for education. And I've learned so much about the credit system, about the monetary system, about how the government works. Like Bitcoin taught me so fucking much about how my money works in my country, more than the education system ever taught me. Right. So that DNA is inside of fucking Zen. Right. We have so many similarities to what like the Bitcoin beginning was, to make a simple meta of just wait 10 years. Like, to the point now where I don't even know what to say anymore in the titles, like, to make people come here. Like, if you don't believe now, I just don't know. I'm just like, yo, all right, fine, man. It's cool. And then what keeps my simple meta of Zen clicking now is going to be the XENblocks. Knowing that XENblocks, I used to be like on DB Zen, I used to be on the burners, because I thought dApps would bring Zen its like legacy. But truthfully, it's fuel. So it's supposed to be, you know, what it is designed to be, which is a marketing tool. So if I'm a developer, I need users. Maybe I design with Zen, you know, instead of Coin XYZ, you know, because you're going to have a community of legacy users looking for legacy products. So, and that's the DNA, bro. That's the DNA from Bitcoin. Even Jack said this yesterday. Here, let me find this real fast. He said this shit in the XENblocks Telegram. He was like injecting Bitcoin DNA. I'm like, who is this guy? What is he saying? He was like, I need to screenshot this one. He was like, we are injecting Bitcoin's DNA into our chain now. Ooh. It's getting fascinating and fun as fuck. Because, yeah, again, the game is that it's not that anybody's ahead of anyone. We're actually all on the same plane. And the thing is that the game or the market is designed to make you think there's an illusional war between ideas. But truthfully, that's not the facts. All ideas can source to the top. The thing is that the strongest bulletproof idea will be the legacy, right? And that's what's cool about following this world of like building a blockchain. I never really thought of it this way before. I used to just kind of think of it like as the ADA way or like the Litecoin way, where it's just like you make a coin that competes with Bitcoin. Like you make a war, you know? You don't make the gun that's in the war, that the war people are buying. You know what I'm saying? That's the Bitcoin. The Bitcoin is the gun in the war. It's the bomb in the war. It's the peacemaker that is obligated to show up, even though it's like guns make peace and bombs make peace. I mean, that's how this world works. Shit. So let's just keep it real. And yeah, I would say like everything else is at war with Bitcoin. That's the easiest narrative you can pop off. And again, that's another DNA thing that Zen has. Everything is at war with Zen. I don't know why. I just stumbled into it and got a cool beanie on. Shout out Zen Crypto Store. What up, Sun Station? What up, Nomad? But yeah, shout out Zen Crypto Store for the beanie. Find it in the link in the description. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I think Zen right now is actually doing what it needs to do. Let's monologue Zen a little bit. Because like I was saying, Clout Cox is responsible for this here. He's holding up the price so he can keep his bottom call of 2023. So he's trying really hard to make sure that bottom does not get capitalized at all. And he's holding the price up. FUD sources have told me this. And what I think is going to happen here is we are introducing some supply shock. So I tweeted this yesterday because it's like I said yesterday on stream, it's apparent that there's not a lot of Zen getting ready to come out onto the market until March, right? So after March, we see what it looks like. Well, between March, May, June, July, or March, April, May, June, July. That's the summer of 24 is going to be hot. So watch out. It could go either way, right? But what we know right now is the winter is where we're getting ready to start the feels. All right. And the winter right now, it's the coldest winter. I mean, it's not the coldest, but it's a cold one, I guess I can say. And we have not that much Zen entering the market every day. Just enough kind of to like keep the price low. But again, what we might be seeing now is the DCA with the trader from back here. So this could be a real bottom call, y'all. And what I'm trying to get at is that this was manufactured. So I've been waiting for us to get rid of it. But the more that it hovers here, in my opinion, the more we're actually consuming the Zen, right? So now we as the buyers, or we as the community, are getting the inflation back, and we're holding it and preparing it for burn for X1 chain. Maybe some people are holding it and preparing for selling into the pump of people coming to buy Zen for the X1 chain. I mean, there's a lot of, like, that's why it's like, yo, if you've been in this, there's so much strategy right now for the next 3 months that even me, I'm like on the edge of my seat. Like, what the fuck is going to happen here? Like, are we going to see God type candles? Are we going to see people like bringing up narratives that make literally no sense and people buying into it? Like, are we solid enough to really start taking out, higher highs, like these places on the chart where we saw significant sell pressure? Like, are we ready? So I'm getting excited. I'm getting on the edge of my seat because I don't know actually what's going to happen next due to the DNA collaboration with this coin called Bitcoin, right? Because again, if you ask me, yo, bro, well, if Bitcoin's 43,000 and Ethereum's 2,000, where's my opportunity in this space? Zen, bro, are you kidding me? Like, come on, bro. It's too easy at this point because it has literally all of the same mannerisms as Bitcoin and is moving faster, as it should, because it's a new blockchain, it's new technology, it's new information, it's the intellectual advancements that we're looking in this information, this internet, right? So it catches people's ahas faster than anything else out there, because it's like, you would almost, that's the Google effect that Jack Levin brings. Because the Google effect would be like, if I, at least for me, like as someone who's worked for Fortune 500 companies and kind of received some game in the way that they, I guess you can say, design their employee. Like I was just, it's funny because I always think about how millennials, we were born into corporate. Most people weren't. Like our little bit of pocket, 90 babies to 99 babies right now, we are literally born into corporate. Like we just, like our parents worked hard so that we could fucking be in an office. I'm like, damn, man, my parents should just let my bitch ass been an engineer or something. I would have been great. Instead, they were like, go to school, get good grades, go to college, become a nerd, right? And like, again, that's what I'm saying. Bitcoin taught me more about my monetary system and the economy or the economics of the government more than anything I've ever experienced, you know, in school, public schooling. And now Zen is showing me the insides and outs of computer science more than any of the computer science I have learned in both college and boot camps. It's basically like everything I've learned, I just get to apply, you know? So the learning of applying truth to education is just like what's crazy about Zen. And that DNA, I think, again, is something futuristic that people are going to be pulled in on. They're going to be pulled in on this idea that they can use Zen for something else, right? There's nothing out there right there like this right now. And then we have X1 chain that you're using it for that is going, it's literally, dude, I don't even know how to keep my face straight when I say this type of stuff. Because it's like, it's literally making crypto better. Like, I am so relaxed because I know this is going to be making crypto better. So X1 update, we up to 26 validators now. So slowly people are coming online. What I've learned is that you're going to want to join the Telegram for validators, or you're going to want to visit Cypherius Prime and visit his website. Oh, okay, I guess he doesn't have it here. Did he make it a highlight? Nah, he should do that. Hey, yo, Jack, make it a highlight. But somewhere here, there's another forum for becoming a validator. If I find it, I'll repost it right now. So you could just go to my X account if you haven't done it yet. They said they're going to close it up in the middle of the month. Here it is. So I'll repost it right now. But yeah, so if you go and you want to be part of the testnet to be a validator and learn, basically what I'm thinking is like you're going to learn how to set up your node before mainnet. So then this way there's less room for error, right? You want test nets so that you have less room for error. Yeah, if you go do this Google Doc, kind of put your credentials into the mix. It's nothing too personal, you know. The only thing personal, I guess you can say, is like who you are in the crypto world. Nothing personal to who you are in the real world. But like, I guess, like, yeah, if you're scared of like who you are in the crypto world, maybe spin up a new you in crypto. Spin up a new you. Just make a new wallet, you know. Make a new Twitter and then push that. But yeah, I think this is a good opportunity for a lot of people that are curious about the next steps in crypto. If you're trying to get out of just buying coins and again that rotation of just normal gains of just people passing back and forth the same shit, waiting for the market to turn up, right? Yeah, Zen taught me something Last year it showed me so much, and if I was more in depth, or if I was less emotional, which I was up until then. Now I got a cold heart. But yeah, I was very emotional with the way that I liked things in crypto because I liked it so much, so passionate about it. But yeah, Zen is a heartbreaker because it's a reality check. So that's another cool thing about it that it has, man. Just get a little bit of it. Wait 10 years. So many people are gonna get a reality check. It sucks. I'm glad I got my reality check right over here. Right? And if you're online, it's like a video game. If in a video game, if you fuck up, it's gonna tell you instantly. It's not like the game gotta load the fuck up. Right? You gotta learn really fast so that you can correct the fuck up so you can continue the game. I learned that shit right here. What else is built on blockchain in front of the world in real time? Hence X1. Yeah, X1 is being built right in front of your eyes. I'm sure a lot of people don't really care though right now. And it's pretty funny because again, the thing is what I'm understanding is it's not that people don't care. It's that the world is on the same wave. Like everything in the world is on the same wave. So the only way to disrupt the sound wave is to literally, like how Jack has said before, we got to rattle the frequency so that users go, what is that thing over there vibrating hard as shit? You know, that's how the beginning of Bitcoin was as well. I relate a lot to this because, like, yeah, again, if you're new to crypto, the reason why Bitcoin has such a high lead in price is not because it's a boomer coin. It's because it's sound money. And it's sound AF. If you don't know what sound is, or sound money, let's take you to school. What is sound money? Oh, here, we'll just do the Google thing. Sound money literally refers to real wealth with a natural, unmistakable signature of authentic. I'm fucking stuttering on it. Authentication. I'm just gonna say authentication because I don't know why my mouth can't. Maybe it's my chapped ass lips right now, but unmistakable signature of authentication, opposed to a paper, plastic, or electric debit. Blah blah blah. So, yeah, real wealth, natural, unmistakable. Why the fuck can't I say that? What's wrong with my American English? Unmistakable. Tugboat. Whatever. A fucking a mark, a signature, a look of, yo, that thing is authentic. Maybe it's got a StockX keychain hanging from the shoe. That's some real American shit right there. StockX keychain hanging from the shoe. That shit authentic. But yeah. So sound money, everyone's looking for that thing. That's sound in crypto. And currently Bitcoin is that. And that's kind of why the price is so high and why the ETFs are coming to Bitcoin first. It's so sound at this point in time. You know, it's 15 years into itself. And it's got no plans of stopping. And especially with the BRC20s, there's no reason for it to just stop, you know. And again, everything else is trying to duplicate what Bitcoin got going on. ETH is trying to do what Bitcoin got going on, but it can't because it has the problem that Zen has, which is it's too spread out. All the liquidity started in ETH and now it's everywhere else because everybody is trying to make a better ETH, right? We're back to the war. ETH is still, in a sense, a piece or a product in the war, right? But it's not. It can be replaced. Like I could use a Solana gun. How about that? You know, I don't care. You know, we playing a video game. You know, click. Let me get a Solana piece, man. It's just cheaper to shoot. Bullets are cheaper. We're talking about pieces. Yeah, that's a good reference way to think of it, though, man. Because like, do you want to tether in there? You know, Bitcoin though is gonna be the best. That's the gold gun. That's the one that's gonna go off. That's gonna have you Super Mario Brothers. You just ate the star. You know what I'm saying? So everything else is just like trying to reach this. BNB, I honestly think this is a political statement now. Kind of like how in Zen we did X1 coin. This X1 coin that's actually still holding. It's still holding up. The fuck? This shit is still holding up. Real community over here. But yeah, like that's how we were protesting against OKX, which now looks like they're getting ready to change their layer 2 name. Hayden from OKX actually posted that yesterday, that they're gonna update the branding of their layer 2. So haha, you stupids. And it's funny too how many people told Jack not to do that. Like that's why everything that Jack's been doing so far keeps validating my theses that blockchain, the only way to obtain a piece of it is to build a network that can stand the test of time. Like everything else doesn't really matter, right? And that's what's dope about Bitcoin. Like it's gonna outlive me. So getting Bitcoins can change the wealth progress of my family, right? And that's the original game of crypto, y'all. Like before all of this token shit, it was just generate wealth because this is better than the way the government works. And now the government's literally buying the Bitcoins. It makes no sense. So where's my opportunity? Again, check out fucking Zen. It's the easiest segue I can possibly give for Zen. Like it's the sound money behind Bitcoin at this point. Because again, Bitcoin is becoming even more sound due to the ETFs. And now the concept of ETF can push the price of something else. So Ethereum only started to see movement in price when ETF came into the conversation. Me personally, I don't think that's a solid, sustainable way for Ethereum to keep their network up. That sounds like they're getting ready to suck some VC dick. I don't know about that, but I'm here for the ride. I'll keep it in my portfolio because I do know it's more sound than everything below. The thing that's kind of making enough noise to stay mainstream is Solana, right? And that's why I'm like, okay, Solana's been here for a minute. Since 2020, I've been getting my my sound. I'm sound, right? You know, like I'm saying, Zen's rattling the cage and there's something fucking the frequency up. That's like Solana for me. It keeps fucking my frequency up. And now I'm owning Solana and I've been DCing into it and we're in a good spot. And I'm believing more and more in it. And that's why now I'm like, damn, it's crazy. The world is allowing me to freely talk about Solana when I was like undercover Solana guy. Because nobody was over here, you know? Besides a group of people who all come from hackathons. And that's where, again, Zen has taught me that like the group of people that you want to create the blockchain, they're out there. They just need inspiration. And usually it came from hackathons. It came from Solana spending $300,000 on their chain so that people could break it and have fun with it. But Solana had to dish out $300,000 to get Solana up. You know, XENblocks has not. I mean, yes, people have spent money on mining, but the initial miner itself, dude, that's a weekend. So it goes on and on and on about how great this I don't know, this dream is right now, because everything else again, if I'm in a war and Bitcoin is the fucking peacemaker, it's the gun, it's the bomb, you know, it's the peacemakers coming through, and I can switch that out for anything below, but it's worth the value. I'm telling you, I would not put BNB there. But BNB is always around, dude. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a political spy token though. So it might be a good portfolio token to have, because people are just gonna spite America for banning it. Right? So like the haha, we got you. XRP, the tinfoil hat. If you're into tinfoil hats, go join this community. You'll learn everything about Q, and it won't be about quantum. Shout out to everybody that love XRP. Damn, USDC under $1. Fuck 'em. That's actually kind of crazy that Lido staking is up here in the top 8. That's disrespectful. But This would be cool. I can't wait to see brands like Lido move to X1 chain. If there's enough volume of users on X1 chain, which I'm pretty sure even me, like I said, like I'm looking for a real estate place. I'm looking for a place to land and expand. Shout out Joe Blau. But yeah, I'm looking for a place to land and expand my fiat. I've been doing it in Ethereum and Bitcoin, and I've been looking for a new place to pull up. I bet you have been too. That's how all these coins start. Aren't you looking for a new home? Come to Radiator Springs. I don't know. Shout out Scars. What's up, Doug? Loading up on DBZen, DXN Ethereum, BDXN on Binance, Phantom DXN, Avalanche DXN. Let's get ready for the bull run. Hell yeah, man. Anything Zen, get deep in it. Because when people start to discover all the stuff we have going on, it's going to be nuts. And again, DXN is doing it right. They're keeping their DNA in the Zen eco and trying their best to make sure that nothing about them can be penetrated as like not fair crypto. Because Zen is going to be the fairest of them all. So there's a lot of cool things that you can do with Zen when Zen starts to catch popularity, right? And that's the long-term vision. Developers coming with a long-term vision like DXN, they can benefit from the curiosity of the Zenian, because Zenians are super curious. That's why it's like, yo, Pulse Chain is so wild to me that it rules Zen world, you know. But again, it's because the other people in Zen world, I want to say, like, so there's two types of people in crypto, right? You have artists and you have like the suits. I would say the suits in crypto are people who are on it every day because they dictate the markets. Like if I'm off the internet, you know, where I think there was one. Oh yeah, it was the XENgame. Like the one day I didn't stream, XENgame ended. I was like, dude, if I would have streamed that day, that game would have not ended. Because we were having fun playing that game on stream. So it's like you take one day off and the world falls off, right? In this world of like small economy. So it does make sense for Pulse Chain to rule our small economy in transactions, because they have cheaper fees. And there's a lot of users over there. There's a lot of suits. There's people who like to dictate prices. That's why if you are looking for price dictation, you're looking for the dGen play, you probably want to be on Pulse Chain, even though there's speculation of what's happening next. Like, I think literally people are going to use Pulse Chain until it's banned in America. And even then, they're probably going to fight the good fight to say you can't ban this. And I don't know. I just can't get boogie with the idea that I'm playing with that much risk. That to me just makes me not want to do it. Like the risk factor of the blockchain. So that's okay, but that's a deeper conversation for Zen on Zen. We could talk as Zenians. Which chain is the best chain? But again, once X1 chain comes out, I'm 100% sold that everything on X1 chain is where you want to be as a Zenian. All this other shit is just noise. It's paths, it's bridges, it's ways for new people to come to X1 chain. But if you want to master X1 chain, you really want to be minting Zen blocks, getting your blocks up, personally mining Zen yourself so that you can use that Zen to burn in the future, right? You want to make Zen now, burn it later. So it's cheap. It's cheap right now. Either you're buying it or you're mining it. But in the future, if you're not mining Zen, you're not having Zen coming in every week, right? If you're not having your Zenmon, if your Zenmon calendar ain't cracking, then you ain't macking. Somebody donate this man some crypto. Yeah, so that's why I knew this was going to be a slow month, because my months are pretty off right now. So February is pretty off too. I have 2 ETH mints in February, and that's because of the organicness of the max mints. So March is when I have the bangers showing up, and this is again why in March I'm feeling like everybody else is like this. Actually, once upon a time ago, a streamer had said that they set up their mints a certain way to trap their followers. And when I heard that, I was like, wait a second, what the fuck? I didn't even know the game was that deep, right? I didn't know the game was so deep that the way that we're minting is a strategic way of like siphoning funds out the pool, whatever. I don't care. That's just the way it is. You know, I was late to the game. I was 10 days late to Zen. Even though I was minting on day 1, I didn't start max batch minting until day 10. So I didn't get it. I was like, what the fuck? Why do people want to make so much Zen? This is kind of stupid, right? I'm an organic Zenian. I thought Zen was stupid because of the X. I didn't comprehend it. I was like, Zen spelled with a Z, but X is a cool letter. And that's kind of what bid me in a little bit. So I was like, I had to overcome the idea that it was stupid that it's not Zen with a Z, right? It's Zen with an X. But that's great branding because X is a way better letter than Z. No offense. Shout out Z, the last of the alphabet. It's Zen or it's the N sideways. So there's still a Z in there, just sideways. And then on top of that, I didn't comprehend how to actually mint. So I did single-handed mints because what I really understood in Zen at the time when it came out was that you're going to mint and you're going to make more ETH in the future because people are going to buy up the price. It's actually pretty dumb. Now that I think about it, it was a pretty stupid way to get into a project. I'm like, oh yeah, man, I got $100 to make 10 wallets and I'll make them all in one day by hand, you know? And then I'm watching everybody can make wallets every day. So I'm like learning about like, why are people making wallets every day? And then I learned about batch minting. And then that's when I was like, wait a second. Oh, I can invest $1,000 into Zen and make $1,000 worth of wallets and then sell my $1,000 worth of wallets for nothing. I should have thought that part through too. I should have probably thought that part through too. But it was so fascinating. Here's another fascinating part of the Zen thing. It was like, oh, I make my own coins by sending ETH to a smart contract. And then I spend time in the smart contract and I get more coins on the other side. Oh, that's way better than anything I've seen when it comes to distribution. Right? And then that's when I started to dive in on Zen. So I made a bunch of stupid moves and thought it was stupid before I started to think like differently. Another thing that made me think different about Zen was when I learned about my curiosity on XeNFTs. That was really the breakthrough point for me in Zen when it comes to the comprehension of how the whole system works. Because when I first started making XeNFTs, my whole thing was like these rubies. I was like, oh, like, is it smart for me to make rubies? You know, like why did they put a class on it? That got my head rolling a little bit because I thought that was different, and then it made me think this was pre-planned because Jack kept saying it wasn't. He was like, oh no, we just thought of this shit, like we just thinking of this. I'm like, nah, man, this is different. Like, you thought about rubies or like rocks for the XeNFTs in a week. Like, what the fuck? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, that's why I had to really understand where this could go, because I thought of what DB Zen is now. So what DB Zen is doing is something I thought of when I first understood how the system worked. And that's kind of why I get, really excited about Zen, because it's that type of comprehension of information. Once it clicks, if you can develop and you're a creator, you'll be able to think of something instantly, and the program will do it. It will allow you to do it. So one of the crazy things about the XenFT is it burns. It has a burn in it. The ERC 721 has a burn behind or inside the code. So every single one of these can be burned. And then that's what it made me think, like, oh, okay. So since these can be burned, Zen can be burned. And if more people use NFTs, then these rubies and these like opals, they should eventually like become rare. And then in my like research of learning all this shit, right? Because I'm just intrigued. I thought Zen was stupid. So now I'm like bored as fuck learning about a cryptocurrency, and I learned that one day all max mints will be like when we look at collectors, all collectors will be Zenterions at some point. So like everything is moving towards the Zenterion, and there won't be like mini rubies, there won't be many opals, mini tapoids, and then like projects like DBZen burning these things make it even more legacy built, where in the future maybe these are real NFTs where people are like, oh, people stop making Zen, you know. Because that's what's going to happen with the Zen NFT. People will stop making Zen. And since they stop making Zen, they stop making Zen NFTs, which makes rubies really popular, you know? I don't know. So, yeah, that was a little story time about like the idea that like Zen is an artistic approach to distribution. Very abstract. Very, like, again, artistic because it's an architecture infrastructure. And then we have people that like to trade, right? The suits who just look at the price, right? And they're all on Pulse Chain. And that's why I think, man, I think Jack is playing a psyop. I'm going to put my foot in there. Because last night he tweeted about the, about Pulse Chain. And I almost passed the fuck out. I was like, oh, hell nah. He was like, congratulations to the Pulsekins and Hexicans on the recent pump. Our Pulse Chain Validator is cranking out blocks. Our Pulse Chain Validator is cranking out blocks. He's trying to vampire the validators from Pulse Chain, guys. Are they ready? Are they ready for this? Dun-dun-dun. He said, congratulations. Congratulations. It's like, man, this man can't stop being a vampire. Well, anybody got the website for me to see Pulse Chain stats? You think one guy keeping the price up, bruh? He did proof it with stats or with his month. Do I think that somebody's keeping the price up in Zen? Nah, I think everyone's keeping the price up because no one's really selling it for anything. Or they're not unloading it. Like maybe they'll unload like $500 worth of Zen, you know, $100 worth of Zen, $30 worth of Zen, but no one's really unloading like 10K worth of Zen to make a move. Like a lot of those people are hodling through the storm right now. We got Dank in the place with Fato Studios. What do you think of Zen on Optimism? Zen on Optimism is the wave. It's the advanced idea. It's the narrative that everybody wants. So I think it's gonna do really good. I don't know what the price will be because again, the other thing though you have to think about these coins, right? Is that you're betting your hopium on the community, and that's kind of why again I don't want to put too much. I don't want to give the community too much credit because they don't. There's a lot of people in here that are playing a chess game, and they might be trying to get you excited to get into some sort of pocket of opportunity when realistically they're just leading you to an exit plan. So I like Zen on ETH because it's general. I called it a public bathroom on Kindness stream because of that concept. It's so general that it's public, similar to a public bathroom. Everybody can use that shit. You gotta pee, you gotta go. Here it is. You know, everything else below the ETH side of things is opportunity and hopium. So optimism could go up, but then at the same time, there could be a wallet that's just hodling a whole bunch, waiting for that moment, and they're just gonna destroy the price. And you must ask yourself, will it recover? You know, same with like Zen. Will it recover? So I'm going to wait for the side chains to get really hyphy on them until X1 comes out. Once X1 is in the picture and we can see really how they live next to Ethereum, right? We'll see where it goes because they could die out. And what I mean by that is, yeah, Zen is rocking on all these chains, but what happens when these users port themselves to X1 and then they kind of go back, you know, they're only using, that's what I'm saying. You'd only want the coin for Zen where there's people, right? And we go back to the transaction thing. It's like after X1 chain, can Pulse chain keep up these 592 transactions? You know, can Matic keep up these 382 transactions? You know, and right now, if I was trying to make a bet, I'd probably bet on Matic and Binance and Pulse because of this. Like, just it's real fact data right here, right? You have ETH right here too, so that's why it's like, oh, ETH is an easy bet. But as we get lower and lower, you know, look at Avalanche. There's only 26 people trading over there. So it's got liquidity because it's got believers. But the problem, and again, the issue is how many people are actually there? How many people are going to keep it up? You know, optimism is dope, but it would be doper to see them up here now rather than later. You know, but yeah, that's like my little 2 cents on that. Because again, I think the real Zen is going to be on X1 chain. So all this other Zen is for burning, and you shouldn't be thinking about, is it going to perform well? You should be asking yourself, you know, which chain has the largest market cap, and should I be burning there? Right. So you want to change up your question. Is Optimism Zen gonna reach a higher market cap? Right. Because it don't fucking matter. If it stays at 58K market cap, it don't matter, bro. You'd have been better off burning Phantom Zen, and it's cheaper than it. I love the dope. They ain't ready. What up, Simple? Yeah, I know Jack said all this stuff about the optimism, you know, but again, all of that stuff, he said that too about the ETH, and we dump forever. So Fonto says, Jack Levin says that Zen on optimism is 10 times less valuable, but its AMP is only 300 days until its deflation. Yeah, so here, I'll show you real quick. What Jack is talking about is with optimism. Optimism Zen has a slower AMP. I mean, a lower AMP. So it's the only one out of all the Zen networks where the amplification, when we think of AMP, think of just days. How many days is this Zen electrified? Does it have an AMP? So we have 173 days left in this AMP because it started at 300. The AMP is what gives your mints more Zen going forward. And as the global rank increases, so does the amount of Zen you get per day. And again, I learned all of this shit from a XenFT, because in order for you to learn what a Ruby is and a Tapoids and a OPA and shit, you have to know how the ecosystem works and how it expands by the C rank, G ranks, by the miners, by the supply. You learn all that stuff, and then now you're ready for XenFTs. It's pretty cool shit. And again, it brings reality back to the Zen world, because when people say Zen ain't shit, it's like, dude, do you even know how a XenFT works? Like, to create the class? Like, these created classes, like every class you see here is created based on all of these parameters. You know what I'm saying? So technically, this is such a high-tech piece of NFT that no one really is using. These are called dynamic NFTs, DNFTs. You can look this part up. You can look up dynamic NFTs. I think that's a fact. Oh, Pulse Chain's up 20%. Where's the Pulse? I need a Pulse Chain site though, like a blockchain site. Is this it? Maybe this is it. Did I spell dynamic right? No, I did not. Oh, yeah, here it is. Yeah, so dynamic NFT. Look, it's Chainlink. Static NFTs versus dynamic NFTs. I guess you could say, and this is a little bit little abstract too for what we're going into, but this is dynamic because in the beginning stages you're making the attributes to create this class. So it's dynamic up until that point. I mean, but then you can burn it, you can redeem it. So it does change state, which does make it even more dynamic. So it's not too static. Yeah, because you're going to claim it one day and then this is going to change to redeem or whatever. But yeah, when you learn how this works, why you get a Zentarion, you learn about VMUs, you learn about the EAA, you learn about the AMP, you learn about the C rank, all that shit. It's in the white paper. But again, that's my one thing is that my devil's advocate on the optimism Zen is that there's some people holding a lot of it. And if they don't burn it because the market cap is too low, but the price is going up, they're just going to sell it all, just like they did in ETH, right? There's not a lot of holders over here. 2.5. Yeah, I'd also want to see this go up to like 5,000. Like, it's been out for a while. Like, why haven't a lot of Zenians moved to optimism, right? Questions here. Let's see how many wallets have been made on base. This is just little things I like to just think about, you know. Play devil's advocate with yourself because you're really going against ETH. ETH is the one, though. That's where you want to be. You don't want to accidentally not be on Ethereum, and that's the one that goes crazy. It's like, yo, how'd you miss that Zen pump? Ah, man, I faded ETH. I can't believe I was allowed to get this much Zen before y'all realized the supply shock was baked into the narrative. Nah, man, it takes a long time to find that part. So look at Base even got more holders, more wallets right now than Optimism. So just stay worried over there, okay? That's all I'm saying. Stay on your toes. Don't let nobody knock you off your boat. You know, if you see a crazy pump and you got some liquid, throw that shit in the bag. But again, this is a hopium narrative is happening on Optimism. So don't get too distracted by it because it's just hopium. The hope is that it goes up fast. The end. You know, it's not gonna get more burn. It's not gonna get you extra points for doing things. It's just hopium. Okay. I love it though, but I don't care for it. And again, my real play right now is trying to figure out, I'm trying to fish this out. So everybody needs to fish this out. We got to fish this out as a group because this would mean technically we're all sleeping on Phantom Zen because Phantom Zen is the 4th biggest market cap. And so is Matic. So those two actually are the cheapest coins, right? When we look at price, those two coins are coming in at 10 and 12 on this chart. 10 and 12. So that's a lot of real estate. That's a lot of space over there that could be purchased for $1,000 to give you a big burn. Big burn. Lots of XN tokens probably. Way more than you get if you burned $1,000 worth of ETH. Because it costs you, if that makes any sense, like it's like Ethereum is like America. So me burning $1,000 in America, I'm only gonna get like so many items. Here we'll say 20 items or something, you know. But like if I'm in Asia and I have $1,000, I'm gonna be able to get a ton of items. Now what I might pay, right? And let's throw this out there. Jack's already done this analogy in a stream with kindness. You can run back one time when they talk about fees and stuff. But essentially, like this would be like considered like Asia, where it's like you can go over here, you can spend $1,000. Right, you're gonna get 3 trillion Zen, and then if you hodl it and wait for the market cap to go up more, then you're in a crazy supply play where people are coming to Phantom in search of the supply because of the market cap, and they're like, oh, I get more XN tokens from getting it over here. So we just saw this happen, like 13% on the Phantom Zen. But this is something we got to fish out because it's not a hundo. We don't know yet if it's based on the market cap of the Zen or if it's based on the market cap of the project of like the coin. I don't think it should be based off of that, right? Because I think activity should be rewarded, and the real Zen price or the real Zen market cap is the chart allocated for the Zen, not the overall blockchain. Because right now Phantom is coming in at number what's their chain at? I And where you at, Phantom? Where you at? So Phantom's number 65 when it comes to market cap. They only have $1 billion market cap, right? But the game in X1 chain is to get as much Zen burned as possible. We want to get Zen burned from everywhere so then we all benefit. That's how we're going to get this price to go crazy. We need people to be in search of the cheapest Zen to go to X1 chain for the airdrop, because they will burn the shit out of everything and then it'll make a reason to make it. You feel me? And like your opportunity today would be buying the, like, that's what we're gambling on. That's the real hopium. It's like, which chain is going to have the biggest market cap so that my burn makes sense outside of the Ethereum world, right? Because if it's really like that, then it's like, yo, you should just be burning. You should just be using it's like, why are we even on Avalanche anymore, right? You know, we should just go and buy a bunch of Bzen because it's the best, second best to Ethereum, market cap wise, trading wise, volume wise, everything. So it's like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's like you should be burning Bzen, but we don't even really talk about this. That's why it's like I'm very curious on when we will have that conversation about the economics of burning Zen. I think the team is running away from that right now because it's a really heavy conversation, and they want people to focus on minting XENblocks because it helps put that fire out a little bit, right? Because then it's like you don't need to focus so much on the Bzen. Just go spend $1,000 on minting XENblocks, right? Don't worry about helping, don't worry about trying to get a position in Zen because you're fighting inflation when you can go and create your own coins, right? And create inflation versus fighting inflation. I think that's why I moved to XENblocks, because I was like, I can spend $20 a day over here and create my own inflation rather than spending $20 a day in Zen buying inflation and it continuously inflate until the narrative changes. I'm at the mercy of all these motherfuckers, right? Not in XENblocks. In XENblocks, y'all at the mercy of me. And I mean, you could do the same. You can flip the script. You can start minting today, guides below, and get your XENblock on, and move on with your life. Or you can keep buying tokens and buying inflation from people. La-di-do. It's really up to you, but yeah, we got to get that. We got to fish that shit out. Vanilla Slave mints on Phantom. Damn, you got hella fucking VMUs. 360,000 VMUs on Phantom. It is pretty cheap to make Zen over there. Yeah, let's see it. Connecting wallet. In my opinion, we a big ass community that can change the narrative. That too. Shout out to what's up, Crypto X Boy. I think everything can be rotated. So that's kind of why like I'm playing the devil's advocate of like, what if they don't though? Like, what if we get what we got last year, which was a bunch of people who decided to steal the narrative from us? Like, is our community strong enough to take it back? I honestly think we are. But at the same time, will it be after ETH? Or will it be before? So that's why I'm putting my ducks in a row. I'm looking at Phantom like, maybe I want to start grabbing some of these tokens in speculation. Actually, this is the wrong Phantom chart. Spooky Swap is not even where it's at no more. Yeah, this is the one with all the liquidity. We got to add this one to the Zen list. We got to remove this one. I'm sorry. You're outdated. Yeah, that means it's still the same market cap, but this one, this seems to be where everyone's trading at on this equalizer. But yeah, Phantom looks like it's chilling, and here, let's look at the holders list. Oh, nice. So I found the Pulse Chain Block Explorer. Fuck am I looking at, man? This shit is so like, it's crazy how like everybody was saying that Zen was confusing. Oh yeah, IPSF. See, this is my question right here about this like ideology, right? And this is just my show, so I'm just getting this shit off my chest. So take it however you want. But why do we want to be so hidden? Like, why? Like, why is Pulse Chain so hidden? Is hiding in plain sight? I don't know why they have to hide it. You know, just like look at the way that X1 is being displayed. We're like literally displaying where the nodes are because we are the Earth. Like, we want people to know that there's real people doing this because it's the people's chain, right? But then on top of that, we want it to be very simplistic. Or at least these are things that I'm comprehending because as a creative myself, and we're all like-minded, and that's why every time everything is released, we're all like, oh, okay, that looks pretty cool. You know, because we're all on the same thought pattern. But you see something like this and you can tell like, oh, this came from someone who spun it up, right? Oh, someone spin that up. That's like me saying like, yo, who's going to take the ranks and spin up a community in one of these sub factors of Zen? We're going to fucking plan a pump day where everybody's going to go and buy Phantom Zen at the same fucking time. Y'all didn't hear that from me. I didn't say that shit, but I'm saying someone else do it that's anonymous. We all pump it at the same time. It's a pump event. You know, maybe we use Xenify. Maybe what we do is we transfer some Zen from maybe that's what it is. Maybe we pick a day, we transfer some Zen to Phantom Zen. And then everybody just do that on Xenify all at the same time and just watch this bitch go up. Just and then we can actually experience what it's like when everybody buys at the same fucking time. Instead of waiting like OPZ, like yeah, let's change the narrative, homie. Like, I like that. Let's change the narrative. In OP's and we're still waiting. The narratives wait for it to pop off. How about we just take one of these chains and wherever you got shit Zen, we're just gonna send it all to the one chain that makes sense. And I think it's Phantom. I think we should send all of our shit Zen to Phantom and see what happens. I'll have a flyer coming soon. I'll make the event. We'll have the digital event. We'll stream it live. How about that? It's just all of us, like, I don't know. You got to be down. We're just going to go. We're all going to go in on Phantom on a spooky date. We'll find a spooky date on Spooky Swap. By the way, I add a beautiful bag of liquid Zen. Always. Excellent point regarding inflation in XENblocks. Yeah, man. That's like why I had to flip the script to XENblocks, because I felt it. Like I said, when you got people's blatantly saying like they organize their mints so that you fall into a hole, and then you can never you can't combat that inflation because you don't have enough money. And then on top of that, why in the fuck would I bring that much money here right now when I'm just trying to figure it out? So again, that's the chess move of the best chess players. And that's what's dope, because there's always going to be chess players playing chess. And as a user, as someone who's just in the game, as the chessboard maker, you're just making your own chessboards. So you're just at the game studying, you know, but you got to play the game. You got to recognize those moves. So that's the only reason why right now in Zen, I'm happy with my mints. And I've changed my ideology of like burning all my mints for XN. Like, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to miss out on like the pump because I decided to burn all my XN, because I didn't do a little bit more research to learn how I can get extra XN tokens without burning my Zen. Right? There's all you gotta do is some research and you'll find out like, oh, you can just burn for DB Zen. You can play the DB Zen game, right? You can just buy Zen and burn it every day for DB Zen. Now, if you want more XN, you know, that's up to you, but that's like an avenue for XN tokens. You can just, you can burn for Phoenix. What else can you do with this shit to get XN tokens? Oh, you can get VMPX, right? You can get a bag of VMPX, and for every VMPX, you get 3 XN. So you can come over here and get 1,000 of these for 40 for $50. Damn, these bitches are cheap as hell over here. You get 1,000 of these for $50, and that's 3,000 XN tokens. Man, that doesn't even sound like that much. Now let's say it out loud. That's 3,000 XN tokens. Whoa, that is not a lot. At 100K for the stakes. If the validators stay at 1,000 or 100,000, I think XN is going to be very expensive, because again the SegWit concept into this is as XENblocks. So if everybody here is going long, they might just transform their XN or the XNM into XN to stake, and then they might not like lower the barrier of entry. That's one fear I have. That's why I keep minting every day XNM, because I'm like, I do not want that shit to happen where I can't get a node because I don't have enough XN and it's too expensive. And that would be another reason for the Catalyst event. Everything's flying in price because people get it, that this is a new branch of the internet, and they're going to push it that way. Like, they're going to be telling people X1 chain is going to change internet. It's going to change blockchain. We're going down? Hey, bro, you're talking about the storm. It's stormed already? It's quiet here on my it's quiet here on my side. LOL, I like the red hourglass. Been looking forward to the to the violent glass. Yeah, man, you got the red hourglass. You're holding it down, bro. Shout out to the Oshland. Facts. X1 will change the internet. You dude, shout out Simple. X1 is going to change the way people think about this crypto shit. It's already changed the way that I approach the game. And I'm a power player in crypto. Guys, like, yeah, I might not like go hard to tell you the next 10,000x, because that's not my fucking journey. My journey is to tell you that you should not think about crypto like it's a 10,000x. Yet think of it like real estate. Think of it as ownership. Think of it as things that you can do for yourself, better your family, get yourself out that fucking gutter. Start today. I sound like an infomercial, but it's just facts, you know? And with this introduction of X1 chain, it's just going to change the way people think of how they've been cryptoing. And that's, again, I am 100% sold. Jack tweeted this because I know that Pulse Chain has a lot of validators. Where's that website at? So can I see the validators here? All right, validators overview. So there's a lot of educated people over here. That's why I can't hate like hardcore. Like, I can't be like, oh, boo, you know, because they do got some people over here that are like out of the noise. Like, they're not using the chain. They just turn it on and they sell the inflation from the validators. That's original crypto. You don't give a fuck about the noise, like the Twitter handles, the PFPs. None of that shit matters when you're a validator, because that's not what matters. The PFPs and the Twitter shit, that's all to push fees to the validators. So they encourage that. They're like, yeah, go and do that, you know? But for you know, that's why, like, so they have 6,000. So yeah, 64,355 validators. I don't know if that's everyone online or what this means. So I see a lot of actives. Is that something? Oh, that says all. Oh, okay, so that was their overall. So that's how many people have come through their network. But right now they have 51,000 active nodes on Pulse Chain. I ain't mad at it. And a lot of these people just turned on. So this is kind of why I'm like, yo, protect your chain, Pulse Chain people. Jack Levin is looking to vampire attack your validators and bring them to X1 chain, the next best thing. We only got 26 right now. And I don't even why can anybody educate me on this? Why do they need this, or how did they get to this? Or like, is there a blog post I can read? How much Zen is a baby well? Blocks are a hedge against the trust fund baby whales. Yeah, you want to hedge against the trust fund kids? You got to get into XENblocks as soon as possible, because the trust fund babies will come and buy the blocks up. Take even more control. Can somebody explain this though? I'm about to sign up out of here because we making this a long stream today. I haven't streamed in a long time for this long, but it's snowing outside, so winter wonderland out there. Shit, I know if you in the East Coast, your ass in the house for sure. How does Pulse Chain have this many validators, bro? What are they doing? I'm so confused. But see, this is where I'm at with it though. Like, now that I'm comprehending how all of the moves are being made, the way that X1 chain is being laid out is making more and more sense of execution that the team has had. People think that they've been lacking on execution, but I think that all the moves have been executed correctly, even down to cool, everything's set up. Jack, go tweet. Congratulations to the Pulsicans. Like, dude, all right, here, I'll like it. And I'll retweet it. But yeah, this is scary. If I'm in Pulse Chain, I'd be afraid right now. I'd be like, no. No. No, 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 no. Don't do it to us. Yeah, this is cool too. So ZenPub, they've created a how-to create a validator. Yosef is on fire right now. So he has a whole view here. Did I retweet this? Let me make sure I retweeted this. Oh, I didn't retweet it? Oh, we got to get this going for y'all. So you'll find that on my X account too. This is a cool little photo though. People setting up their validator nodes and then their IDs. So you see ZenPub now is going to have a validator node up. That's going to be a good one to stake to. Straight up. I'm sure the downtime on it is not going to be that low. I'm going to need a class from one of you smart motherfuckers in the X1 chain, bro. Because I don't want my validator to go down. So whoever I need to talk to make sure that my shit stays up forever, let's get it going. Because we're going to need that quick tutorial class. Because I know I can get it set up. That's not the hard part. I think just maintenance. It's like owning a car and shit. Like, oh, man, this little bolt is loose now, and I got to go tighten this bolt up, you know? Like, I need that type of tutorial on my shiz. On my shiz. LARP's live on Pulse Chain. The Star Wars kids probably. Pulse has volume, bruh. So look at this is where I'm at with the Pulse thing. Pulse Chain has volume. The problem though is that we don't know where it's coming from. And it's also very mysterious to me why in Pulse Chain do things not crack off until B-Root shows up. Ain't that a little suspicious to y'all? Like, or is that not suspicious nowadays? Liquidity only shows up when one person shows up. So that's the like one thing. And I get it though. It shows up and it spreads out. So it's good for like the idea that like it spreads out. But I don't know, man. I don't know how to say this. This is like this is a weird conversation because you're gonna get money. You're gonna get money, you know. So it's like two drug dealers talking to each other, both getting money on the block and shit. And then one person's just like, but I like the block over there because you know it's a little less hot, you know. But you're like, yo, no, this block over here, even though it's a little hot, I'm making just as much a lot easier than I would on the non-hot block because obviously you got to be a little bit more strategic because it's not hot. So that's kind of why, like, for me, I like Solana over Pulse Chain because you don't have to work hard for the money to come to the chain. It's just going to show up and you can be a degen and do all that stuff and not worry about the rug pull of the possible chain. So that's like why for me it's a weird conversation. But I just hope that, you know, if you are on Pulse Chain and you're getting it, that you're ready to fucking hit the bricks if woo 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 woo, you know. Like, you better be ready to hit the bricks, man. Cause none of this shit's gonna matter if the woo 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 show up. That's for damn sure. Because it would be at that point, it would be like what's next, you know? If here's another thing I think about too with the Pulse Chain things. It's like if Richard Hart beats the case, then what? Has anybody ever thought about that part? I'm pretty sure someone in the background is saying, we're gonna make it, we're gonna go even bigger. Like, damn. All right. Tell me how many, like, even Gucci Mane fell off after he got out of jail. He would be he'd be better off in jail right now for his career. But nah, that's not what he needs to be. He's doing well. I don't even know if it's still Gucci real or Gucci clone. I think it's still Gucci clone. But then again, he was in the joint and there ain't nothing to do but get buff. So maybe it is real Gucci Mane. But yeah, see, I've seen this story played out many times before, man. Right now, it could feel like it's not going to be any different. But again, I see it playing out the same way because I'm not in it. So I saw a couple people come here and all the coins cracked off that they be talking about. And I don't have any. What we need is you need a good chart on the bridge, but they would never have that shit. They'd be like, what? A chart for the bridge? Fuck that. Like, hell no. Validatorstore.com. What are these? I gotta do some nose, I gotta poke my nose into some stuff. But yeah, that's one thing that I'm just saying, man. It doesn't really make any sense, like how you can't see the bridge. Like, where's the funds again? Like, I don't know. Shouldn't there be, like, if there is a site, like, shouldn't the site be here? Like, yo, is this the site to see, like, the stats? Like, look how fucking flexy we are, Token Express. What's this? I mean, I'm gonna live on X1 chain. Dude, I'm gonna be on X1 pumping the fuck out of shit coins. Having fun, though. We're gonna be having fun. I got a couple shit coin names already. And they gotta come out. They gotta be inscriptions on X1. So that's where I'm going. I'm gonna be on inscriptions on X1 chain, not necessarily making ERC20s and fun, stuff like that. I'm gonna be really promoting our inscription market because I do think inscriptions are the future. I do think this is a pastime of how you make moves in crypto. 2-3 people come into an economy and then they inject a couple millions of dollars to get it bubbling. That sounds like the Fed. That sounds like stimulus checks. So go get your stimmy. Again, get your fucking stimmy, bro. If you're up, take profit. I said the same thing in DXN when it was at $2. I was like, bro, take profit. This is fucked up. Like, if you're not taking profit in DXN at $2, what are you doing if you bought it at 60 cents? So take the stimmy, man. They show up sometimes, right? And that's what I mean. I'm not hating on Pulse Chain. I'm just being realistic now, and I'm saying it with my chest that, like, I don't think it's more than just stimulus coming into that chain nowadays. And that's the problem with Zen that we're trying to correct. We do have a stimulus that came into the market around in October, and right now we're trying to get that stimulus clarified. Luckily, we have people holding the token. There's a lot of FUD. There's burning happening, so the inflation is being burned at the same time, and it allows the coin to find a bottom, a true bottom. Like, nothing in Pulse Chain you can show me that's going to do this besides the Zen chart over there, but it's fucking sharing Pulse Chain, so it's always going to have that cloud of like, oh man, it's Zen though, Each Zen won't have that because it's the truth. It's the real gateway into X1 chain, right? So this has that narrative where we saw, again, the injection of stimulus into the market because people thought this was a low. This was the bottom. A lot of things did lead up to the bottom. Profitability of mining was very low. Gas was really high. So it just didn't really make any sense for it to turn around unless traders were entering the market for this play here. I think it was just around 100% or so. So they made the play, and that's why, again, I'm saying you should have taken the stimmy at the top and then re-injected it at the bottom so you can ride the wave, right? That's the game. So the game after that is asking yourself, well, is this the bottom before I re-inject the stimmy so I don't get rugged? And that's, again, why it goes back to me thinking, like, if someone were to inject money into Zen right now, it would just fuck everything up because we should be going down. But again, supply shock is currently happening. So like, it's next up. And again, that's why I can't. It's hard for me to talk about Pulse Chain, guys, because it's like, I don't want anybody to miss this boat because they're on Pulse Chain. And they're like, oh man, Pulse Chain Zen moved only so much, you know? Or I mean, there's a lot of positives. The positives will be like, Pulse Chain Zen moved so hard that you steal the chain back and you got all the PLS. But that's the question I've always asked myself is like, will Pulse people allow Zen to be the best performing asset on Pulse Chain? You know, or will that always be a factor on Pulse Chain where people are forever going to dump on you? I seen it in Ethereum, and it took us a whole year to take the fucking crown back. Now, Pulse Chain has that same feeling, but it's again, it's like, why hasn't B Roots talked about this, guys? I'm not in that camp, but I know B Roots ain't talking about fucking Pulse Chain. I mean, P-Zen. I know everyone says they got a bag, but I don't see anybody going hard for it like we do on ETH. Makes me worried. You know what I'm saying? So, again, and it's just a coin, because when X1 chain comes out, we're doing inscriptions. We're inscribing on the chain. Actually, they had a chart here for the Bitcoin inscriptions. Here, let's look at that real quick. I'm going to inscribe vampire AI art. Pulse Chain is a face diaper of crypto. Oh, goddamn. I'm going to 555 my whole bag anyways. Bro, I'm not, I mean, like, you know, I just, oh, you can't see this without upgrading. Here, I'll start a free trial today. Yeah, oh, man. Basic tier 1. What tier is this? Oh, tier 3. Wow, you can't see that. Here, let's see if there's anywhere else I can see the inscription fees. Why do I want to open? That's so weird. It's like asking me if I want to open up my Sparrow wallet. Weird. December 14th. We can't see it there though. Man, ain't nobody talking about inscriptions right now. That's kind of funny. This is when you want to get into inscriptions, when no one's talking about it, because it's that means everybody's mind is in other places, even the reporters. Last 24 hours, are Avalanche inscriptions the next BRC20s? Wow. Crypto clues, mysterious ordinal inscriptions hint at a cursed Bitcoin art. Don't send me down a journey. These are the ones I hate, though. I hate people making, or I think of it like this. So back in the day, before the internet, we had novels and fictions, right? People used to go and read books all the time. My mom was a huge book reader. You know, she read books. She would take me, that's how I got on the internet. Like, my mom would take me to the library to read a book, but instead I would go and sign up to get on the computer, you know? And like, what I did learn, though, from my mom's reading habits was people enjoy fiction books because of that reason, that they don't have those types of stories on television, for instance, or maybe there's not a movie like that story. That's why we get a lot of this book turned into a movie, blah, blah, blah. So it is cool to see fiction, novel ordinals to kind of give a story to this brand on Bitcoin. It's hard for me to buy in because I'm not that fictional on chain. I like real shit and I like science and math and stuff. But it is cool, you know, like a cursed Bitcoin art. You know, it's like a way to just drive mystery. Oh, here you go. Mysterious inscription teases cursed Bitcoin art project. You know, I don't know what this is, but it's going up. Yeah, that's 2 in a row. That's 3 in a row. Damn. Whatever this is, they pay for some marketing. And Avalanche. Who are these people? I know who Decrypted is, but who's B&B Breaking? Hey, I got peas and mints. Hey, don't worry. I love everybody on Pulse Chain, though. I love you guys. Like, you guys are real crypto motherfuckers, you know? I wish I got hip to the game, but I never burned for Pulse Chain because I didn't really trust Richard Hart. Like, I thought he was funny. And then, of course, you know, I was following Trevon. I was, like, in the whole vibes. But I was always abstract. I was always in the NFTs. I was always into like the forward motion of like, where is crypto going? So I hit a roadblock when Pulse came out on Hex. I was like, crypto is not going that way. I was like, yo, sacrifice? They're sucking economy out of the economy. Or liquid out of the economy, man. We still haven't financially recovered from that shit as a group. Don't worry, guys. Zen is here to save you. Yo, what up, Bud Green? Zenzel Washington. Our moms are nerds, except we had computers as bad as dial-up at home. Yeah. Yeah, my mom was a straight-up nerd, man. She would be reading books, but she liked romance novels. The real rom-coms from the book. Man, she read the book more than she talked to my dad and shit. Like, damn. But yeah, that's one thing I love from the classic era of life. We don't really live in that era anymore where you wake up and you see your mom reading some crazy ass book. I mean, I don't have children, so I guess if I had children, they would wake up and see me playing Madden, motherfucking shit. They see me streaming on the internet, talk about crypto and shit. But yeah, when I was growing up, I woke up to my mom reading a book, a fictional book, something not real, and she would be more intrigued on that and tell me, yeah, you should read fiction. I'd always be into nonfiction. I could just never get into it, like the story idea of like, this isn't real. I'm like, dude, my life is harder than this book. I need to focus on IRL right now. I'm going to sacrifice my blood diamonds. Who's going to buy my AVAX inscription dust? Man, we should just create a whole new market. Maybe there just needs to be a new champion. Maybe that's what needs to happen for AVAX. What is this BBN? Because I mean, it's just that it's owned by like the Chinese, you know, they own that one. They own inscriptions because people over there are willing to learn. In America, you got to get them off of this like ERC20 concept, but it's like embedded in the culture right now. That's why, again, I think Zen is here to save everybody. Grab the life raft. Come to X1 chain. We got you. Token Express. She's got $100 bills. How does this work? Watch real-time bridges. Oh man, I gotta go to a telly. Damn, there's only 901 people in here. Fuck. Damn. But there's only like 11 people checking up. This is scary. I don't even want to see this. Why am I looking at this? This is scary. It's like, oh man, ain't nobody ever. Actually, you could probably do that here. Actually, if you keep this up, you can probably see money coming in from certain addresses, and then you can just play off of them. Because anybody bringing in a ton of money into Pulse Chain will be somebody you would want to watch. Because like, why? Like, why are you bringing 50,000 into Pulse Chain? I don't ever hear anybody on Pulse Chain doing things like this. This is fun. Oh wow, LOL. This Otter plays. I haven't been here in a long time. So they just forked Pulse or ETH scan. Good for them. They just like forked the whole thing, added some extra stuff. That's cool though. This looks way better than the other thing. USD coins from Ethereum. That's crazy. Hedron Hex. Oh wow, they just bought a bunch of posts and that's crazy. What in the fuck? See, this is a whole new thing I gotta open up. I don't feel like it. Y'all can do the research. Y'all can do the research. If you remember on Kindness stream, I like made that point of like, you can't get into something after you've gotten in really deep into something else, because you're essentially going to be changing. You have to like change and oscillate like a research project that you've put a lot of energy and time into to research something new. right? So it's like it's harder to segue it out, and I get that too. That's why like I understand markets better now, because it's harder for people to segue out of Bitcoin. It's harder for them to segue out of Ethereum, and so on and so on. So the same is for Zen. I'm watching people. It's hard for people to segue out of Zen into XENblocks. So I could only imagine what it's like if you're locked in a pulse chain. Jesus. How do I get out of here? Move to Solana. All right, y'all. I'm done talking shit today, man. We're going to conclude this snow day. Difficulty is 116,000. Has not changed. Yeah. Difficulty in XENblocks is probably going to keep staying sustainable for a while. I don't expect it to go down. And we got an explanation of what happened. Right, X1 chain testnet is actually running the consensus code to help with the difficulty on XNM when mining XNM. Yeah, so they tweaked something. That's from what I heard from Jack. They tweaked something. It drastically changed the computation for a little bit, and then it came back. And now they know not to do that. Because he basically crashed Google and then he crashed X1 for like a day. And I don't even think it was crashed. It was just more of like the computation of mining was simplified a little bit too much. And that little bit got us down to like 92,000 in the difficulty. You see it right here. So that was like a couple days ago. We had a dip. And this was like an issue. Or this wasn't an issue, but this was just like something being integrated, because we're slowly integrating the difficulty. We're slowly integrating everything together from XENblocks to X1 chain. Every day we learn something new. Something is coming into existence, you know? So, I didn't even show you. But yeah, just because I read that comment. But yeah, you'll see it right here. So I had that little dip. Fucked it up. But yeah, we'll see what happens next in X1 chain, man. Just keep mining. Just keep mining. I read every book. American Psycho. Get to the cheese, man. Get to the cheese. All right, y'all. But I'll catch you tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out during the long stream. We just streaming for fun and stuff. But we'll see you tomorrow, Wednesday. Other than that, be safe out there. Don't let the cryptos take you down. Peace.